Hey guys, it's Chris. How you doing? Hope everyone's alright. This video is going to be about the difference between white witches and black magicians or black witches and witchcraft. And really, to just make it right off the bat, there is no difference between these two. The only difference between these two, there's no difference in the spirit realm, but the difference in the physical is that one of them is knowingly harming people and working for Satan, and the other one thinks that they don't know they're working for Satan directly. They think that they've developed their own power, the white witch, and that they're just casting love spells or doing healings or all this stuff, which they are invoking demons. They're using crystals, they're using meditating, they're using sexual magic. Sexual magic is where you get yourself close to an orgasm, and you envision something while you have the orgasm. And you use the creational power of God that orgasm was meant to reproduce. It was meant to be love between a husband and a wife that's in a holy bond, that's in a bond that was sworn under, before God, and both people should be Christians and all that. And what it's become is, it's become anything but that to a witch. So what the witch does is, because God gave us free will and we can use our creational power, Satan has twisted that, and he figured out that if he could get people to disobey God by having sex or by masturbating and by thinking about some kind of, for instance, you can come close to climaxing and then you can think about you earning $1 million. Or you could think about somebody having night terrors, somebody else, and you could put a hex on somebody this way. And this is what's going on today. And there are people that will take a hair, a black witch or a voodoo priest will take one of the hairs off your head and stick it in the freezer and put you on ice. He'll put your life on ice. Your life will go nowhere. You'll be in a dead-end life. And this has happened to many people. And I believe the Roman Catholic Church has done this with the baptism in the church. They've done even worse. They've taken a piece of your soul with them. But witchcraft is real, people. Witchcraft is powerful if you don't have Jesus. If you have Jesus, witchcraft is a joke. It's a total joke. If a witch comes near me, I will put you on your back with the power of Christ if you try and do witchcraft against me. And that's a promise, and I dare someone to try it. I can't wait until you try it. And I think people have tried it, and I've seen that play out in the street and in the spirit. And nothing ever happens. All they can do, they need to work so hard to invoke these demons against a true Christian, and the demons won't be able to get the job done. They might be able to annoy you a little bit, and then after a while, maybe not even that. I think God just does that to toughen some people up, but they can't penetrate anymore once you have Christ. They can't cause fear. When you have fear, when a witch could put fear into you, they got you. When a black magician, one that knows he's working for Satan, can put the fear in you, their goal is to get you to be afraid of every little thing that happens. That's what the demon they send on you, the demon of fear and the demon of unrest, and you won't sleep. You'll be up all night kicking and turning. If you don't sleep good, people, you need Jesus Christ. If you have insomnia every night, someone did witchcraft on you, or you have a demon, one or the other. If you're grinding your teeth at night, tossing and turning, getting sleep terrors, sleep paralysis, like the other video I did, you have a demon. If your back is tight all the time, if your spine, the serpent wraps himself around the spine, the kundalini wraps himself around the spine, the python wraps himself around the spine. And that's the soul tie area where you got all your black filth that you're tied into all the people you sinned with. And after a while, when you find Christ, it'll get better and better and better and better. All your health will get better when you find Christ. Because when you start to speak in tongues, you could heal your body. But anyway, you could heal it without tongues, but if you don't have tongues, you're not taking advantage of the gifts. Go back to the tongues video. But aside from that, there are people out there that go under the title of white witch. There are people that go under the title of a Wiccan or a Wicca or something. And these are basically witches, white witches, who are working for Satan like chumps. And they don't even know they're working for Satan. They just think that they're spiritual people, that there's powers. And, you know, I was a chump for Satan once, but now I'm not. And I think I wasn't a chump for him too long. I mean, I was unknowingly working for him all my life like a sucker. But when it came to me using demon power, I was too smart to not realize it was of the devil for more than a year tops, I would say. I was operating with demon power. But what are you going to do? You know, white witches will go to hell. Wiccans or Wiccas will go to hell. Pagans will go to hell. Satanists will obviously go to hell. Basically, everyone that's not minding Christ is going to go to hell. Whether you're white or black. Whether you're a black magician or a white witch. Now, someone like Aleister Crowley, who called himself 666, the beast. It's the number of man. But it's the number of the devil. 666. Because it's 3 times. And this is a guy who knowingly worked for Satan, knowingly invoked powerful demons in his house on Loch Ness. I think it was called the Burleskin House or something, or the Leskin House or something, which is still haunted today from all the demons he invoked in that house. And then I think Jimmy Page bought the house after, and he was an occultist too. But anyway, the reason that these people were seeing a Loch Ness monster is because they were seeing demons manifest into the natural because of all the black magic that Crowley was doing in that house. And Crowley killed many people with the black magic he did. And did tons of bad things with the black magic he did. And his phrase was "Do what thou wilt" is the whole of the law. And that took it right into the 60s and 70s and the hippie days. People worshipped him with that "do what thou wilt." And what the devil did was he brainwashed everybody through the media and TV and through the hippie days that you can do whatever you want, and that's the cool thing to do, that you're your own God and all this stuff. And he's deluded everyone. And now when you talk to people about Jesus, they think they're God and they're their own God, and that life is about doing what you want, and they don't know that it's not about doing what you want, that it's about doing what God wants. But Crowley was considered a magician, and a black magician is somebody that harnesses demon power and invokes demons. They draw a circle on the floor, they put blood in there, they protect themselves from the demons, and they keep invoking them, and they send them out to do their bidding. So, for instance, I'm a father, and my kid's in 5th grade, and I'm a black magician. My kid doesn't know that. Some other kid goes up to my son and punches him in the face and knocks his teeth out. I get mad, So what I do is I go into my little den, my little room where I do my witchcraft and I do blood sacrifice. I take a chicken or a human, whatever level of Satanist I'm on. The humans, the ones that are given humans get more brownie points. But let's just say I take a chicken for now. And most people who are Satanists have farms, so they can get a lot of chickens and blood and animal blood and whatnot. And that's a common thing amongst wealthy people, to have a farm and a place to raise these animals, and that's no mistake. But anyway, I take the chicken, I cut its neck off, I give the blood to the demon, I take some of the blood, I put it on my head, so I get some of the demon power. And I basically offer blood to devils. So I give the devil blood, and then the devil will come in to the natural, or you'll go into the spirit one way or another. You'll communicate with the devil, is what I'm trying to say, or the demon. And you'll say, I've given you this blood, and the demon will say, where do you want me to go? Or you tell it where to go. And then the demon goes out and puts a spirit of cancer in that little kid that punched your son in the face, or wipes out his whole family, or knocks his family broke, or the whole family dies in a car accident. And the only way to protect against this witchcraft is to have Jesus Christ. When you go into business with these people, with these witches, and with these black magicians, you are spiritually at risk because you're in the same pool. You're in the same pool as a devil. And God curses you because you have no discernment. You don't know what you're doing. Not only that, but you are getting a soul tie with the person. When you make someone a business partner, there's a reason the devil used that word partner in business. And it's very similar to your partner outside of business, because when you get into business with somebody, you're married to them. You've put your resources in with theirs. You've mixed light with darkness. And you can't eat off God's table and eat off the table of the devil at the same time. That's biblical. The Bible says you're not of me if you're eating off the table of a devil. And if you're in business with a devil, you're a devil by default. Doesn't matter if you know it or not. It doesn't matter. Ignorance isn't excused again. But these people, they will do witchcraft on you. And if you're partnered up with them and you have your money mixed in with them, they will take advantage of you, they'll rob you, they will plot against you, and if they can't get you by the simple things, they will start invoking demons to destroy you. For instance, if you're in business with somebody, say you're both worth $100 million, right? And you're one of them's a high-level witch, and the other one's just an evil man, doesn't know how to use satanic powers and invoke demons, but he's of Satan ignorantly. The one that's the high-level witch, you might put $10 million each into a business deal, and the high-level witch knows that if he knocks you broke, you're going to have to sell back your half to him at 50 cents on the dollar. And that high-level witch will do something called, they'll put you in a satanic cycle of monetary failure. And they'll show up at your family members' funerals, and they'll do witchcraft at the funeral, and they'll put that dead body on you. And they'll make you die the same way. And they'll go and get chicken blood and human blood in the street and make you die the same way. It's very serious. These people will get blood. They'll do anything to give a demon blood, a witch, because number one, they start to run out of places to find blood. And it's very expensive to keep buying live animals, because dead animals don't cut it really. They need to be alive. The blood needs to be, there needs to be life in that blood, because the demons don't have any life. They're barren. So that blood gives them, it gives them a high, like when you do drugs. And they love it. It's their sustenance. They love it so much that they're at your command if you give them enough blood. You're a very hot commodity to a demon if you have constant supply of blood. That's why if you have a farm, or if you have if you're real evil and you have ways to kidnap children, these people are giving them to demons. But anyway, when you partner in business with these people, you're in trouble. When you yield to these people, I met a kid one time who told me that he laid down that he became friends with a witch. And the witch, what they will do, and this is like a voodoo witch or something like that, like a low-level little gypsy witch. And what they'll do is they'll stroke your ego. They'll tell you you're chosen to do something great. They'll tell you you're chosen by their master, Satan. They play on your pride. A black witch that's trying to hook you and destroy you and rob you. So they play on your pride, and they tell you, I'm going to teach you a lot of things. I'm a sorcerer, I'm a witch, I got powers, and my master has powers. They might not tell you their master's Lucifer. They might not even know. Most of them will. And eventually you're going to find out you're working for Lucifer. Just like the Freemasons, when they go in the beginning, most of them, the dummies, don't know that they're vowing allegiance to Lucifer. Even though they get hoodwinked, blindfolded, and swear on a Bible over false light that they will seek the light. They don't know it's Lucifer. They're so stupid they've been led astray by people that are taking advantage of them, that are looking for brownie points for the devil, for winning souls for him instead of God. So these witches always do that. They play on your emotions. They make you feel good. They bring you in, and then they'll tell you, you have to lay in this circle, and I'm going to put candles around you, or I'm going to put a little bit of blood on you, or you need to eat this egg, or whatever they do, whatever you yield to, whatever you trust in man with and listen to some idiot that's of the devil, they will put a hex on you, and your life is destroyed from that point on until you find Jesus. You will never make money. You will never get married. Girls will walk all over you. You'll be afraid when the wind blows. Whatever they want to do, whatever they want to put on you, whatever spell. And I met a kid that did this, and the witch took advantage of him and got him to come back 3 or 4 times. And then eventually Jesus Christ and the Father started sending angels, because this kid was obviously important to them up there for some kind of task. And people started coming up to him and saying, you have a mark on your neck, or you have a blemish on your shoulder, and the devil put marks in you. Trust me, I'm with God. I'm not going to tell you anymore, but you need to seek God. And then the person would just walk around the corner and disappear, and the kid would never see him again. And when that happens, that's an angel from God that took the form of a man in the physical to save someone's soul that's chosen. But my point is, before this kid knew of God and knew of witches and knew of the devil, these witches completely took advantage of him. And then what they start doing is they start taking your money. They put a spell on you. Everywhere you go, your car crashes, you lose all your money, no one likes you, no one wants to be around you because you got a hex on you, you got a spell on you. And then the witch will say, I'll take that spell off of you for $5,000 or $1,000 or whatever level they're operating on. However powerful that initial spell was, is as much money as they're going to demand on the second time around, because it's like a spiritual Ponzi scheme. And every time you yield to them, they make you worse, but they loose you for about 3 or 4 days. Because the devil's allowed to tell his demons to stop tearing your guts out. He's just not allowed to cast them out of you. You understand what I'm saying? So the devil, what will happen is, the devil that's in you will loose you. He won't make you crash your car everywhere you go. He will take away your allergies. He will take away your sicknesses. but he'll be in there. He'll remain in your body. And when you go back to get a spell to get rid of it, what they do is they put another demon in your body, and that demon will lay low also. And then after a while, when they're convinced that you're convinced that that witch helped you, both of those demons will come back out all at once, tear you to shreds, and then you will go back to the witch and be like, can you help me again? And it's a cycle, it's a cycle, it's a cycle. And usually before you figured it out, they took you for 50 grand. And you robbed your family because you're being tortured and you need money, you took a loan, and they wiped you out and they ruined your life. And that's how a black witch or a voodoo priest works. And people, I want you to know, there is no way for Satan to cast out Satan. So if you're having problems and you want to turn to anyone but Jesus Christ, expect those problems to get 7 times worse. And expect to have a long, hard road of getting rid of these marks and these third eyes and all this stuff, because these things don't just come off. You have to literally, some people have gone so far out of whack, someone like me. Number one, anyone who's coming to God is chosen by God, really. That was not called by man, that was just went through spiritual things repeatedly and you have no choice but to come. But someone like me, I got a lot of paying back to do for the life I lived. Not like I could ever pay back because I'm saved by grace, but you know what I'm trying to say. I was bad enough to where, I got to do a life of righteous walk. That's it. There's no turning back. I cannot, if I backslide, I'll be killed. Okay? By the devil, and God will allow it because I've made promises to God. But my point is, there's no difference between a white witch and a black witch or a black magician. A magician believes he's higher than a witch. A magician believes the demons, that he's in control of the demons, when really the demons are in control of him. There is not one man on this earth that truly controls a demon spirit or a spirit of God. We are not strong enough to control them. They can turn on you and wipe you out whenever you want. I don't care. The highest human in this scam on this earth that we don't even know, even the human that's going to house the Antichrist is of no use to the Antichrist once he's done using him. Is of no use to the devil, Satan. Once he's done with that vessel's going down to hell. It's like a disposable piece of garbage. That's why, like in the days, they just made their own demon-human hybrids, and they were giants, and they were distorted genetics, and God had to wipe the whole earth out. Because men, they don't like man. They don't like our natural, that we're in the image of the Father. They want to pervert that we look like the Father and the Son, our image. Anyway, there's another way witchcraft works, and it's usually involving giving power to an item. And actually, I want to go into dreams too. But witches, even white witches and black witches the same, a white witch will give a power to an item, and it'll be their spirit guide, or their light worker, or their dead loved one. And they'll take a crystal and they'll channel these things that are really demons. So the white witch is naive that it's working with a demon. The black witch knows it's working with a demon. The black magician or voodoo priest or the high priest or whatever they call themselves, they're all the same. They're all Satanists. But the black magician will take an item, like a doll, and they will give it a power through witchcraft. And they will take a piece of you, like your hair or your teeth, like you idiots who let your kids send teeth to Kesha. And these celebrities are asking for body parts now because you parents are morons. And the The black witch takes these body parts and puts it in a pot and mixes it all up and turns that voodoo doll into a spiritual statue of you. And when that person shoves a needle through that voodoo doll, you're going to feel it, people, if you've yielded to these witch doctors. And they could take animals, and these animals, they could put demons in animals, and they could make animals go into your house and curse you, and it's endless, the possibilities. They could put a stone up in their little magic room that they do their spells in. They could hang that stone from the ceiling and put it on top of your doll, and you'll feel like you are carrying around a 50-pound stone with you for the rest of your life on your back. They'll destroy you if you don't have Christ. Another way they destroy you is through your dreams. They invoke the demon on you, and they give the demon food, and then the demon, they offer it on a tabernacle up to the demons. They offer food onto an idol. And then they come in your dream, and that demon, when that person offers you the food, the demon will try and feed you or have sex with you in a dream, and you will get the spirit. You will get demonized. And people, when you have sex in a dream, doesn't matter what it looks like, a female, whatever, it's a demon. When you have sex in a dream, you're having sex with a demon spirit that took the form of a beautiful girl or a beautiful guy, or stayed in the form of a demon. Whatever the demon wants, however they need to get to you, whatever your state is and your knowledge of the spirit realm. Like someone that starts to learn about demons, they won't look like a demon. They'll make you think it's a regular dream. Someone that knows that anything that approaches you in a dream to have sex is a demon, they'll just try and forcefully have sex with you or trick you. Sometimes they'll try and trick you into thinking it's not a dream. There's a million different ways this could happen. The point is, the spirits are smarter than you. They've been doing this longer than you, and it will take you, if you're intelligent, real intelligent, over 6 months to figure these tricks out, maybe even over a year. If you're a normal person, a demon will have his way with you for your whole life. You'll never figure out the wiles of the devil, that he's roaming around like a roaring lion in the spirit realm. But anyway, that's pretty much it. That's how witches destroy people. A witch could do a love spell, could make another person fall in love with you and lust. What it is it's not falling in love, it's falling in lust. They can't duplicate love, but their counterfeit for love is lust. You understand? And they'll try and do healings. They'll use alchemy in their sorcery. You can look at the video on alchemy if you haven't watched it yet. That's got a lot to do with it, using certain trees that demons hide in and roots, and mixing them all together, and you're creating new demons and invoking demons. And these demons are going to enter your body, and they're not going to come out too easily. And you're going to have to be so righteous to get them out that I just wouldn't bother getting them in the beginning. But that's just me. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. I wish you all the strength against the forces of the enemy, against the forces of the devil, because they are everywhere. They are everywhere. In Jesus' name I pray that you be blessed. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.